Okay, we should be live now. The microphone is just testing my microphone. What's the share button for this? Post and run on Twitter. We don't like Twitter. Let's see. Okay, it sounds like the correct microphone. So that should be fine. Oops, sorry. Sorry for that. Sorry for the noise. We need the link. Just posting on socials, just in case someone wants to. Just in case someone wants to join in. Yeah, it's every now and then LinkedIn is asking me if I want to post in a group. I don't know, there's some sort of AI that does that. It does these recommendations or whatever. But yeah, why not? You have to follow AI. Working for the algorithm now, so yeah, but this post was successfully submitted for review. Group admins have up to 14 days. It's a live stream. What's the point? It's what group? Data science community moderated. Well, right. So, yeah, good luck. Data science. Okay, let's get back to data science. The AI says we do data science, so it is what it is. Just check if the volume left from working correctly. So quickly, working on this EEG cross coherence. There are these old videos that meant to show you how it meant to work. Yes, we can improve on that. That was the old backend that doesn't work anymore for technical reasons, mainly because there was a attempt to hack into my server, so I had to restart everything from scratch. That means that this tool, like the coherence tool, only left with the video on YouTube that you can still see, but we will be bringing this tool back. So that's how it should have worked, should have looked like. There is, you can select two channels. So we have this description in here. I have an info text. I think it's already on the page. I'm not sure. If I publish it, I'll publish it by the end of the stream or tomorrow, worst case. We have inputs, file scroll feature, a window size selector, channel A, channel B. 0 and 7 is default because we have the 16 channel EEG. And that will be the first channel on each side. And we have detrending on and off. Detrending on and off. Yeah, that should be a simple equation, Python equation. So those actually LabVIEW, all the LabVIEW equations. So we will try and find the equivalent ones in Python. We have this folder structure. We eventually turning it into a Flask web application, so that we need that file. We have the info requirements and everything you need to install to run the Python script. Let's run it as it is. Yes, do not use in production. Big red font. It's okay. We will survive. Right, so we have most of the HTML, but this the output doesn't work because we have some template code that doesn't have all the details. Actually, I can't find this directory. Why? That's odd. Right, because we don't have the file in that directory. We actually like this file here. No, we don't want to open it. It's a very large file. Just want to copy it into here. Still copying. No, do not open it. Okay, sorry. So that's where the file is. We save the Python code, the Flask application, and restart this thing. It still cannot. Coherence data, that should be the correct. A coherence data text file. Let's restart the application. Control C to kill it. Let's do this again. Still cannot find the page. What's up with that? No such file directory. Right, because it's searching. No, that should be correct. Open container folder, serve there. Properties. This is the folder. Right. It's data meant to be. Is it case sensitive? Let's do this. Let's comment that out. Right. So we are in business. Can delete that. So we have the cross coherence. This should be changing. This should be an event. We obviously don't have events. Why? Why not? Oh, by the way, I forgot my AI mate. Do I start that Python script? Do I need it? Probably not. Right, this one. Should start my other camera. Yeah, that's working. Should be working, because last time I actually released a video with this, and in the video it actually did not work. It was just still image on the can bring him over here. Share. We should have. What's that then? Let's recognize my ear as my right hand. Yeah, that's odd. whatever. Yeah, I also learned the hard way that if I minimize that window, it stops working. Okay, back to this. We have some description there. And yeah, my CPU usage shoots up when I'm doing this. That's not fun. Also not sure if it's using, should be using GPU, but yeah, on Ubuntu it's hard to test GPU usage. Let's see, we should be getting errors here. For one, the row for as to why the raw EEG plot is not being displayed. Okay, let's see if raw EEG chart. This will be obviously in HTML. Raw EEG chart, and it has this ID, which we need. And now this should be referred to in JavaScript. No. Well, right, that's odd. Let's use a friend here. I'm using GPT-4, the default option. I'll probably do it until we get a timeout. Do we have any errors? No. I can close that. Right, so we have this info. I'm not sure if you actually put it in and not generate anything. Do we need context or just start with HTML? Let's do HTML. That's okay.
This HTML document is for web application named EEG Cross-Coherence Analysis Tool. This tool is designed to
Okay, you can hear this and I cannot. Why?
Changes in cross-coherence measurements over time by selecting two raw EEG channels and navigating through pre-recorded data.
Oh, come on. Sound. Sorry for that. Properties default. Let's try this again.
This HTML document is for web application named EEG Cross-Coherence Analysis Tool. This tool is designed to assist in analyzing electroencephalogram EEG data, allowing users to observe changes in cross-coherence measurements over time by selecting two raw EEG channels and navigating through pre-recorded data.
Okay, then what's more important? Python or JavaScript? Well, probably both are. That's just the overview.
This Python script is a simple Flask web application that serves an EEG, electroencephalogram, cross-coherence analysis tool. It allows users to analyze EEG data by updating graphs based on user input. Here's a breakdown of the code.
And that's the JavaScript. jQuery.
This JavaScript code snippet, powered by jQuery, is designed to work in conjunction with the Python Flask application and HTML template you provided earlier. When the web page loads or the form is submitted, it makes an AJAX post request to the update_graph endpoint of your Flask app, sending the form data to the server.
Just realized.
Once the server responds, this script updates the image source of the hashtag coherence plot element to display the new graph. Here's a breakdown of how it works.
The guy on my right just disappeared. to just get a timeout from my own machine. Yeah, I was getting a timeout, I don't know why. Yep, timeout. Okay. Okay, we'll have to go without the AI phase. I have to improve it later. $16 in, only have 1 hour. So let's do this quickly. Now what the problem is, the raw EEG chart and the spectrogram chart are not displaying anything. How do we fix this? Just pop it in another.
If the raw EEG chart and the spectrogram chart are not displaying anything, there could be several reasons behind this issue. Here are some steps to diagnose and resolve the problem. Open the browser's developer console, F12, or right-click on the page and select Inspect, and then go to the Console tab to look for any JavaScript errors. Currently, the JavaScript function only updates the cross-coherence chart. You need to update the JavaScript to make additional AJAX requests to get the raw EEG and spectrogram charts. Create new routes in your Flask app to handle the requests for the raw EEG and spectrogram charts. Ensure you process and return the appropriate plots in a similar manner to the cross-coherence chart. Ensure that the IMG tags for the raw EEG and spectrogram charts in your HTML have the correct IDs and that you are targeting these IDs in your JavaScript to update the SRC attributes. Here's how you might extend your JavaScript and Python code to include updates for the raw EEG and spectrogram charts. In this updated code, the update graphs JavaScript function now expects 3 base 64 encoded image strings in the response from the server, one for each of the raw EEG, spectrum, and coherence plots. The update_graphs root in the Flask app now returns a JSON object containing 3 base 64 encoded image strings.
Okay, so trying to solve this thing where the charts are not displayed. Next, we also need to actually make an event listener for this file scrolling. So this actually changes, so you can scroll through the file. Probably make this file scroller bigger as well. But first thing first, update the JavaScript. So in our JavaScript we have update the graph function. We do not. No, we do. What's the problem? There it is. It's calling it update graphs instead of update graph. Okay. I already have update graph. Is this like another function or? No, it's just updating 3 of them. So I assume I don't need that anymore. Let's copy this. Right, so this will only update the coherence plot. And the other one will update all 3. Otherwise it's the same. So we can get rid of it. And in Python code we have also update a graph. What happened to the search? Date. Oh, I'll mess up the naming so badly. This is only called twice, so just make it plural. Date graphs. And now existing code replaced with actual data. So it's just a template. Okay, get the template running. Create plots for raw EEG. So already have the image coherence. Okay. Time is ticking. Time is ticking. Where's the end of this return JSON file? I'll mess it up very badly. Coherence turn. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but it's not working at the moment. We're only Can we also add an event listener for the file scroll input and all other inputs so that charts update when any of the input values change? So we need that bit. So there's more jQuery thingies.
Certainly. You can use jQuery to add event listeners to the input fields, so when any of the input values change, it will automatically update the charts. Here's an extended version of your existing JavaScript code, adding event listeners to all the input fields, including the file scroll input.
Right, so the event listeners for all the events. Throttling.
Consider adding a delay or throttling to avoid sending too many requests to the server if the user rapidly changes the input values.
That's a good idea. Thank you, chatbot.
Implement a loading spinner or a similar indicator to inform the user that the graphs are being updated, especially if the computations and rendering take noticeable time. With this approach, the update graphs function won't actually send the AJAX request until 500 milliseconds after the last time it was called. This can help to reduce the number of requests sent to the server when the user is quickly changing input values.
Instead of the 500 millisecond timeout, can we just check when the user releases the mouse from the file scroll? So the updates are not being made or any data sent to the server during scrolling, but only after scrolling. The data is sent and the charts are updated. I'll eventually ask it to generate the whole code, because there's no way with my Python skills I'll be able to integrate all the changes into the code.
Yes, absolutely. You can specifically listen for the change event on the file scroll input, which is triggered when the user releases a mouse to update the charts. Here's how you can adjust the JavaScript code to make this happen.
Any other crucial updates to the code need to be made. This was a question.
Understood. I will integrate all the changes into a complete code snippet and provide any other crucial updates that might be necessary to make the application more robust. Here's a revised and combined version of the HTML, Python, and JavaScript codes.
Right, so it's actually generating the whole code. No, definitely not. So check the JavaScript. The function update graphs. Checks request. We have 3 requests. We have error handling. Update graphs. No, this is actually better. What on earth just happened? How did that? Why did I click? That the new chat opened. A copy code. So this is a JavaScript.
Here I'm assuming you would add appropriate functions to generate the raw EEG and spectrum plots, and also ensure to handle the EEG file appropriately.
Python code, yes, we have calls, imports. Seem to be one less input. Why? IO, Numpy, OS. We need the OS. Definitely need the OS. For this, did we change it manually? Yeah, that's probably why it doesn't have it. But then create raw EEG plot. No, wait, I'm sure it did have it. Loading speed we can do later. Optimization. Yeah, we do want that.
Optimize the code for performance, especially if you're dealing with large EEG files. Consider techniques to make processing and rendering faster and more efficient.
Yes, we like that. Yes, we are loading in chunks. Wait, what? I think because the chat had, oh, come on, because the chat restarted. I don't know how that happened. It's now lost context. This is not cool. So does mean I need to, and it won't tell you. I think if you ask it, it will just say, oh yeah, please continue, like it's okay, but no. Let's pop this in. I didn't want chunks. I had said it's called points per second. No, I don't want to save the image as PNG. I just want to display it on the side. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Seems like it lost context. I suspect something is off in this chat. I think we have to start a new one. So GPT-4 default. Let's run and see if it have to restart this. Okay, now we get an error. We don't want image. Why are we getting images? Okay, let's start from the no, let's start from these three: index, JavaScript, and the Flask application. To start from scratch. I don't know what happened. Like it just jumped into. We don't need you to explain that. JavaScript code should be okay as is. That's okay. And we need changes to this Python code. Okay, let's just let it run with the explanation and everything. Okay, yeah, it did pick up that we need some corrections and improvements.
You're reading data from a text file and assigning it to a variable. Ensure that the data is processed and converted into a numerical format, like a Numpy array, that can be used for plotting. You've simulated EEG data with a sine wave and added some noise for the coherence plot. You may want to expand the return data to include raw EEG and spectrum plots.
We didn't do that. What?
You've simulated EEG data with a sine wave and added some noise for the coherence plot. You may want to expand the return data to include raw EEG and spectrum plots. In a real-world scenario, consider optimizing the data processing and plotting logic for efficiency, especially when dealing with large datasets.
Why did it mention simulated EEG? We are not meant to be working with simulated EEG. It meant to be EEG taken from the data file, text file. We do have that logic. What's the problem? Yeah, this data is not being used. Why? Yeah, that's obviously the problem. It's like it's reading the file. Yeah, it's too large. It's the same problem we had with the previous tool where the data is loading forever. Network application security. Where's the... Why are we taking image data? EEG undefined. And so we have what on why? There's something wrong. I just oh come on. Yeah, they must have changed something in September 25. GPT September 25, that's the model. Hey Rohan. Yeah, I'm having trouble with the GPT-4 window. Oh, this is ridiculous. Because I just click on it and it will start a new chat. So this is the chat I was in, and now it will lose context more likely. More likely will lose context. I don't know why that happens. Haven't happened before. Let's see. By the way, I can start. No, that doesn't. Nothing works today. We'll start the camera. I'm trying to bring in the face detector. Face detector work. This camera out the range. Okay. Yeah, it's a problem with the Windows camera thing. Portfolio website, yeah, that's a great idea. That's what everyone wants. Yeah, you can pretty much take any code and pump it on your site. You just make sure it's Creative Commons open access. Done. Use GPT to make it for you. Good luck with that. That's what I'm struggling with. I believe it just started like a new chat when I was going like halfway through, and then just I think it's maybe because I was clicking stop generating maybe. Yeah, starting the chat quickly. We only have 20 minutes. What's more important, JavaScript or Python? Let's start with HTML, so it knows what's on screen. This time we won't hit that stop generating button. So it keeps going, keeps explaining the thing as well. Just so it has all the context. Otherwise, potentially, your voice a bit low. Yeah, the microphone is further away. I have to make sure it's in the yellow OBS. And noisy. Check. Oh, it is noisy. Why is oh no, it's not good. Because it's using my webcam camera. Now it should get better. Now it should be better in theory. Should be better. Oh, thanks for letting me know. Yes. No, it's actually using the proper microphone. Sorry for that. Then thanks for letting me know. That's a lot of help. That's good. Good to have someone checking on you. Is this working as well?
Error handling. Implement error handling for user inputs to avoid potential issues, especially when dealing with dynamic content updates.
Okay, I'm having lots of issues today. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's working for you, but I couldn't hear it.
Error handling. Implement error handling for user inputs to avoid potential issues, especially when dealing with dynamic content updates.
Let's try this again for a sec.
Error handling. Implement error handling for user inputs to avoid potential issues, especially when dealing with dynamic content updates.
And where is it in the stream? Right. Yeah, because I can't keep monitoring myself because I don't want to hear myself like two or three times. Anyway, we have 15 minutes. Can we get it up and running? We were here, suggestion for improvement. So only popped in HTML. Let's get it to read it as well, just so we get context.
You have provided a HTML structure for an EEG cross-coherence analysis tool. Below is an explanation of each section of the code. This part of the code defines the entire document as an HTML5 file and specifies the primary language of the content is English. This section includes metadata, the title of the web page, and links to style sheets and scripts. This section contains all the content that will be rendered on the web page. It consists of forms, images, and texts that users will interact with or view. You have provided a jQuery script that is used to update the graphs on the EEG cross-coherence analysis tool web page dynamically. Below is the breakdown of each part of your script.
This
This
should
is the
be
jQuery function that ensures the entire
working.
HTML document is fully loaded before the enclosed JavaScript code runs. This is crucial to ensure that elements are available to be manipulated or acted upon by JavaScript.
Event listener should be working. Validation, yeah, we can do this later. Yes, we need to keep review and test. Now we're having issues with this Python script, obviously. What libraries? That's okay. It's where magic. Did say if update graphs is where magic happens. Okay. It's good the bot has some sense of humor. Here's the EEG data loaded, process visualized, loading and processing data. Calculating coherence. I don't think we have this code, it's just a template.
Calculated using the coherence function from the Scipy library.
Plotting the graph.
A plot of the coherence is created using matplotlib, and it's converted to a base 64 encoded string to be easily passed to the front end.
Right, user input.
You might want to modify the update underscore graphs function to take user inputs into account, allowing for more dynamic and interactive graphs based on user selected parameters.
Okay, error handling later, security later. That's okay because it's not working at the moment. I'm not saying error handling and security is not important. I'm just trying to get the thing to work.
Environment variables are a configuration file for settings that might change between development and production, such as a file path of a debug setting.
Right, and we have everything installed. So yes, we need, you might want to modify this one. So update graphs. It's the only function we have at the moment. Quest from return plot URL in a JSON format. So we have all this. So yes, you mentioned you want to create portfolio website. Yeah, GPT 3.5 could probably do it as well. Just tell it create a portfolio website for me. I was just curious what will it say. I'm pretty sure it will do something useful.
Key updates. Capture user inputs. User inputs are captured from the post request. Error handling ensures that invalid inputs are managed gracefully. Use user inputs in data processing. The channel A and channel B variables are now determined by the user's input. The data slice is also determined by the file underscore scroll and window underscore size inputs from the user. Detrending option. Included an option to detrend the data if selected by the user.
Loading. Where's the performance network? Didn't load anything there. That's not the problem. It's like still doing something. Yeah, it's just taking forever. Oops. Oh, sorry, nothing works today. This one is super slow. It's still don't know what it's trying to. Why is it doing an image? Is it turning the data into an image? It has a PNG. Why? The Flask application now is super slow. It's loading forever. Also, why are we saving the figure as an image? Can we just display it on the page, on the front page?
It's common for applications to become slow when dealing with large datasets or complex computations, especially in real time. Here are some steps to improve the performance and also display the plot directly on the web page without converting it to an image.
Okay, so data loading processing using JavaScript libraries for plotting. Instead of creating
Instead
a
of
plot.
creating a plot on the server side, you can send the process data to the client side and use JavaScript libraries like Plotly, Chart, JS, or D3.js to render the plot. This approach offloads some processing tasks from the server to the client and also allows for more interactive plots. Here's a rough example of how you might refactor your server-side code and use Plotly on the client side to render the plot.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's either I'm using too much electricity on my server, or I'm doing it on the client side, but then everything kind of depends on your browser. So it's also slow. So let's try first keeping things on the server side to begin with, just until we get it to work correctly.
This code sends an AJAX request to the server to get the processed data, and then it uses Plotly to plot this data directly in the browser. Ensure you have a div with the id coherence plot in your HTML to hold the plot.
Didn't I mention another problem? Yeah, that it's slow, but it also doesn't work. It's giving me errors, and we run out of time. So I bite instead of plotting, define update graphs. Frequencies coherence to least. Instead of plotting. So I don't need all that, do I? It tells me what code I need to add, but it doesn't. Tell me. No, I need that as well. To comment this. We could take a smaller. We can keep doing it on the server, but take a smaller chunk of the data. Let's comment this out for a sec. Bring that back. Get rid of. Oh, come on. Okay, it's not happening today. We'll get back to it later. It's also stuffed up my earlier stuff. No, why I just decided to remove it. Because we had a definition of Yeah, at the HTML, the JavaScript. Yeah, this one. No, we already didn't have it there. Anyway, we had this description of like how much data to take. It meant to be a short, narrow window of data. So yeah, just do it next time.